What's up everyone, Tech Me out here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a very cool tweak in Cydia known as Transference. So what Transference does is it allows you full control over adjusting the arrangement of the options in your settings. So in hopping into my settings here, you'll notice that my list probably looks different than yours. And this was done with Transference, but also Preference Organizer too. So basically you'll notice not only are my items listed differently, but I also have items that are grouped together. And that was done with Preference Organizer in case you're all wondering. But back to the star of the show, Transference. But what this tweak allows you to do is slide down on your screen as if you're going to refresh your settings here. And then you're greeted with this. So you now have these little 3 lines over here, which typically means you can rearrange some things. So I can take something like my personal hotspot and drag it all the way down here into another section. So the red line here signifies a gap, and that gap means it's pretty much 2 different categories of things. So I have down here my control center, do not disturb, privacy, and my iCloud account, because those are some things that I just don't go to all the time. So I didn't want them all the way at the top taking up space. But let's say I want to create a gap between 2 items. Maybe I want Touch ID and passcode in its own little section. I can tap that plus symbol and it will create a gap even larger than what it was between Touch ID and passcode in general. And then if I tap on cellular, it will then create a gap in between Touch ID and passcode and cellular. So once you finish rearranging everything, what you're then going to do is double tap your screen. Oops, I deleted the gap. Let me try that again. There we go. That will confirm what you have done. So you'll see what I mean by a gap. This is a gap and that is a gap. So now you can take control over your settings and get the things that matter to the top and the things that don't to the bottom. Now you do have options for this particular tweak, and that one option being if you want to limit your rearranging to sections. So when this option is on, what that means is when you go back here and you're rearranging things, let me get it back in that mode, you can no longer take something out of one section and drag it into another. That's no longer going to work. So if you want the option to drag wherever you want and put it wherever you want into your settings, then you're going to want to make sure you keep that option turned off. But that's really it for Transference. If you enjoyed this tweak, please drop down below that you did, as well as hitting that like button to show me that you did. And as always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.